Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina, not the teenage witch. But today I'm going to talk about magical tools and where to find them. Okay, so number one, we have crystals. So if you practice any kind of witchcraft or even dive into spirituality, you know what crystals are for. So different crystals have different properties that helps you in different aspects of life. So this one I have here is carnelian. I'm also wearing a carnelian bracelet on my hand. And carnelian is related to the root chakra, so what it does is stabilizes your sense of self and give you a huge boost of self-confidence. A lot of people have said that wearing carnelian around them have attracted a lot of suitors to them because it naturally brings out your aura at its finest. You also don't really need to wear your crystals. You could also get smaller pieces of whatever crystal you want and start meditating with them. So for example, you want to get a carnelian piece to help you stabilize your root chakra. So what you would do is you put this near your feet or anywhere where the root chakra touches and then meditate. And then while you're meditating, focus on thinking about what it is that you can do to stabilize your sense of self and to bring out your confidence. And the intuitive calling and messages you get while you do the meditation is what it is that you need to do to help you boost yourself. So remember, as a spiritualist, as a witch, as whatever it is you claim yourself as, trusting your own intuition is the first step in connecting yourself to your own power. So trust the calling that you get while you meditate and act upon it. And different crystals serve different purposes, like this amethyst right here. This is better for opening up your third eye. So what you will want to do with your amethyst is when you meditate, you put this crystal in the middle of your forehead right here and also concentrate your energy on this spot right here to open up your third eyes. And then what I have here is a piece of citron. So what you would want to do with your citron, because it's related to the solar plexus chakra, which is around your stomach, is you want to take in this crystal bit by bit, piece by piece into your stomach so it sits there. No, just kidding. Don't eat your citron. The only thing that's gonna do for you is to speedrun you to the hospital. Okay, but serious talk, what you generally want to do before you purchase your crystal is to make sure that it has these spiritual properties of what it is that you want to improve on, and then you get it. And there are a lot of tips and tricks on how to utilize different crystals. Like for example, a lot of people say that putting pyrite and cinnamon in your wallet will help you increase your money. So to get the most out of your crystals, you want to look up the crystal on different kind of online sources like TikTok, online books, and also Pinterest got some very good information on there. And you want to make sure that the information is the same across all the sources. Tip number 2. Have your own death note. Just kidding. This is just a regular journal. I swear. So the one I have look like this, and it's an astrological planner. I just like this because it tells you when the planets move into which sign and when the moon phases changes, like whenever it's full moon, new moon. It all says that on here. But generally speaking, you just want a planner that you really like and something that is pretty enough that you look at every single day, be like, wow, I really need to write in my journal today. Like, it's so pretty, I don't want to waste it. And generally speaking, I think writing down your feelings and have a check-in with yourself every single day is fine. But for the sake of boosting your manifestations, I highly recommend you write down 3 things that you're grateful for. Or write down 3 things that you love about yourself or people around you. Because one of the keys to manifestation is that the more you focus on the good things in your life, the more you'll end up attracting new good things into your life. As a lot of manifestation teachers or gurus say, whatever your attention goes, energy flows. So even though everyone has some kind of issues in their daily life, we still want to make sure that we're focusing more on the good things than bad things. And generally speaking, you don't want to ruminate too much on the negative aspects of your life, because this is also a psychological thing. The more you focus on the negative aspects of your life, or the more you ruminate on a certain issue that you had before, the more you'll start noticing those things in the new experiences in your life. And whether you write things down to release blockages or you write things down to attract abundance, the journal is like one of the most versatile magical tools you can ever find. And I know we're all more used to typing these days, but there's something about writing down your intentions with a pen and paper that helps you focus on the energies that you want to bring in better. And when you're so focused on writing what it is that you want down, it becomes like a meditative exercise to help you focus on the energy that you want to bring in. But either way, writing is one of the easiest and the quickest way you can get in touch with your spiritual inner self. And a journal is super easy to find. You could find them at Walmart, Target, and anywhere that sells stationeries and supplies. But I generally like to get my astrological planners from Etsy. There are a lot of really creative and cute journal designs on there, especially the more spiritual ones. So I highly recommend you looking on Etsy first if you want to find something that's fancier. Number 3, tarot cards. So if you consumed any type of spiritual content on social media, you know what tarot cards are for. So the only thing I want to add is that I actually don't really like to use tarot cards for predictive readings that much, even though it's still very effective and helpful. But what I actually like to use tarot cards for is for self-improvement readings. Because my personal belief is that what is meant to happen will just happen anyways. And it's also that with so much lot of assumption, a lot of attraction and manifestation contents being out there, we truly are the decider of our own destiny. So instead of straight up asking the cards what is going to happen in the future, I want to ask the cards, what can I do to make sure that I'm getting the best out of whatever situation it is that I'm in? And I find that to be way more helpful, and it's also a process of me taking my own powers back and being responsible for my own future. And this also becomes a positive cycle of me trusting myself to make the best decision for me, and in turn my instinct and intuition improve because I'm pouring all that power into myself. So the more I trust myself, the more I rely on my own powers, the more powerful I become because I'm getting a lot of practices in. This is also a reminder to everyone that we are the god of our own universe and we create the life that we live in. So yeah, self-improvement readings over predictive readings. And also just look at how pretty this drawing is. This is the Arthur Wang Ephemera deck. It is on the pricier end, but the artist, Arthur Wang, he drew everything himself, like zero AI was utilized. So for the amount of effort he's putting into these drawings and to also creating his own cards, I think this is super worth it. And what's special about this deck is that there are 3 different lovers cards inside. So this is one of them. This is the male-female one, and I have to cover half of it because of nudity. Sorry guys, I don't want to get flagged by YouTube or get this video banned. And aside from the male-female one, he also has a male-male one and female-female one. And I just feel like the artist put a lot of thoughts and feelings behind all of his drawings. And you can really feel the essence of how he perceives all these cards and its meanings behind his drawings. And I'm not even paid to promote this or anything. I bought these all with my own money. But the artist truly put so much thoughts behind all his drawings. And because of that, I just feel like it's really easy to connect and read from these cards. Like he truly put all his Arthur Wang Goosey into it. I'm sorry. So yeah, I highly recommend this. Not sponsored, but definitely check it out. And if that deck is out of your price range or you just want something that's more beginner friendly, the OG Rider-Waite deck, it's always good. Like to this day, that deck still has one of the most straightforward imageries. So if you really want to get to know your basic, that deck is still the best deck to begin with. And you can get different variety of tarot decks from your local spiritual shop or from Amazon. But for this though, there are a lot of fake ones on Amazon, so just be careful. I highly recommend you to just buy it from the official website. Number 4, statues of deities. So what I have here is a statue of Aphrodite riding her signature animal, which is the swan. And this statue was shipped to me directly from Greece, so I thought it was pretty cool. But I don't use this statue anymore. I got a new one, but this is still really pretty to look at. So if you have something that you really want to work on, like for example, beauty or glamour magic, you could get a statue of these deities just as like a reminder to yourself of what it is that you need to work on, or to also have like a spiritual role model to look at. So for example, if you want to improve on your self-love, your self-concept, and self-image, have an Aphrodite statue around you will remind you of the beauty that you were originally born with, and to have more appreciation and love for yourself above all else. Just like how if you're a performer and you want to dance like Michael Jackson, you have a poster of Michael Jackson in your room, I think having a deity statue in your room will have the same effect. And of course, do some research on the god that you want to buy. So you do want to make sure that you respect the culture of its origins and its practices. And if you do want to dive into deity work, something you could do is to have a weekly check-in tarot reading in front of the deity statue. This way, it really helps you focus on the deity that you're working with and to pay respect to them. And for the statues, there are a lot of really good options on Etsy, Amazon, or even eBay. But you do want to check with different sellers because sometimes one seller will have a pretty crazy markup and another seller will sell it for way less. Just double check to make sure that you're getting the best deal out of your purchase. Number 5, you're going to need lots and lots of empty bottles. So if you practice witchcraft to any degree, you know that you're going to need a lot of bottles because you want to collect water from different sources like ocean water, river water, water from someone else's backyard. And there are distinctions like full moon water from the river, new moon water from the river, full moon water from your neighbor's backyard, new moon water from your neighbor's backyard. But either way, getting a hold of these bottles and also remember to label them correctly will be very important. So imagine you accidentally label full moon water as new moon water and then you want to do something to flush a toxic ex out of your life, but instead of using full moon water to help you release things, you use the new moon water that normally helps invite things into your life. Like, that's gonna get messy. But anyways, that's besides the point because you could just redo the spell really quick. And these bottles are super easy to find for cheap either on Amazon or Walmart, or you could use recycled water bottles to help you get water from ocean or river. Now let's move on to number 6. Failed 6. 6? Maybe? Spices and dried flowers. So this is a bag of French dried lavender. Okay, wait, no, I think it should be dried French lavender. I don't know, it just sounds like French people dried it themselves. But I don't know if that's true or not. But anyways, that's besides the point. But what you do want to do is to collect as much spices and dried flowers and just collect them as much as you can whenever you can because you never know when or what they will be good for. This bag was a little bit on the pricier end because you can find a lot of lavenders on the streets if you just walk around your neighborhood. But you absolutely do not need something like French lavender for your spells to work. So just try to collect some interesting flowers that you see when you go out on a walk, or just take some from your front yard, backyard, or your neighbor's yard, whatever it is that's available to you, and do your research on the spiritual significance of that flower. Because the true spirit of witchcraft and alchemy is to make the most use of whatever it is that you already have and to create something that is completely new but better. So absolutely do not think that you need to spend a lot of money to dive into these things because you don't. And also there are a lot of spices like bay leaves and paprika or turmeric and cinnamon that you probably already have lying around in the kitchen of your house. And even something as simple as salt and grounded black pepper can be used in warding off different kind of bad spirits or bad energy. So there are already so much and abundance of different ingredients that we already have lying around our house that we could use. And we really just need to learn more about them to learn about their metaphysical uses. So yeah, make use of whatever it is that you already have around you, but also walk around your neighborhood or walk around some kind of forest to collect things that stands out to you. Because at its essence, things like spirituality, witchcraft, alchemy, or any metaphysical practices is using nature to help improve human lives. And be grateful towards nature for giving you these abundance of resources. And last but not least, this is going to sound very cliche, but the most important thing you have is your mind. No matter how many crystals you own, no matter what kind of herbs, spices, or flowers you have, no matter what kind of water you use, nothing you do will work if your mind isn't in the right place. Your mind, your mental diet, and the belief you choose to have are the most important thing in contributing to your manifestations. Every single tarot reading you do, every single spell you do, and every single ritual you participate in is supposed to help you make that mindset switch into your desired reality. Without the profound change in the way you approach things psychologically, nothing will actually work. Because behind every reality that you're seeing with your own two eyes, it first started existing in your mind. Think about the first time a cell phone has ever worked. Think about the first time anyone has ever used a computer. And think about the first time human beings ever defied gravity and started flying an airplane. Every single one of those inventions first started with an idea in the inventor's head. So the more you're able to take charge of your own mind and your own thoughts, the more you're able to take control of your reality. And this concludes the first part of magical tools and where to find them. Comment down any questions or anything you want me to elaborate on, whether in the comments or in the next video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!